Good morning, good morning. Salute. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody had a blessed weekend. Everybody had a blessed weekend. Come on in, come on in. Hit them thumbs up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. NBA. Y'all okay? A lot of games. Dub Nation. Where y'all at? Dub Nation. Where y'all at? Shine, I see you. What's good with your man? Gotta talk about it. Somebody gotta keep it honest. Hit them thumbs up. Get the likes down. Get the likes down. I don't know, man. I watch certain games and I really focus on the game in its totality. And I'll be like, man, the game is really hurting right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? La La Land. I ain't mad at you, man. LA to the Bay, what's happening with it, man? West Coast connected. You already know what's good. Salute to my guy, man. Hey, when you pick a game and you just watch a whole entire game and just dissect the game, you'll be like, man, this is a bad brand that the NBA is actually marketing and putting out every day, every game. You know what I'm saying? Reg Dog, it's the top of the mountain. Salute. Salute. Let me just tell some of you guys, hit that thumbs up for me, y'all, if y'all haven't did so already, because you know how YouTube be, but that's another thing in its, you know what I'm saying, entirety. But I just want to let motherfuckers know that the NBA, bro, they're struggling to like figure out who's going to take the reign as far as marketing the league, being the face of the league. And I see that they're trying to use a lot of these Europeans, right? Because the game has grown. The game has grown globally. You know what I'm saying? Nationally. So you have to look at, they're going to find and get these creative players from overseas, but really, these players from overseas really don't understand what it's like, you know what I'm saying, to be marketable in the NBA. They're coming over here trying to steal everything that, you know what I'm saying, Americans do on this side. You know, they're stealing the way that they talk, you know what I'm saying, their swag, the way they walk, even how they play the game. Because the NBA is struggling. Because you know why? It's too many real guys on this side of the equation. It's way too many real ones on this side. And when I say real ones, like people like Carmelo Anthony's, people who not really going to go along with the agenda, so we're not going to market you, but this guy over here, if he go along with the agenda, we can take him and market him. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's sad. That's what's really sad, you guys, because the last time I checked, from the beginning, sports was all about the competition. If you were a great player, it's because you worked harder than everybody else and you actually worked on your game. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't show up to the arena, or you just didn't make you like a little practice highlight tape. Because we can all make highlight tapes and make ourselves look appealing. You know what I'm saying? so that certain teams and certain people be like, oh, he's good. But then you go in a game and you really don't know what the hell you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Cam, what's good with you? I see you. Hit them thumbs up. Hit the like button if y'all haven't, please. Or not, if you don't want to do it. So, you know what I'm saying? At your own leisure. But all I'm saying is that these motherfuckers, bro, the game has really been destroyed and it's being broken down to its lowest point so they can rebuild it back up. You know what I'm saying? And then you can get it back to where hopefully, you know what I'm saying, where it started from. You know what I'm saying? Drake always says started from the bottom, now we here, but I'm not necessarily convinced that's really a good thing because where are you? You know what I'm saying? Where are you? You started at the bottom, but where are you and how did you get there? And what did you do to get there? What did you sacrifice to get to where you are? You know what I'm saying? The NBA has really been bad. You don't hear Magic Johnson. You don't hear none of the old great players right now outside of KG. But I'm talking about old school Michael Jordan. All of these different type of players, you really don't hear them talking about the game. You know what I'm saying? They talk about LeBron, but as far as the game is not that good, and sometimes it's hard to watch. Not David Stern, but Adam Silver doesn't know nothing about basketball. He pushes agendas. That's all Adam Silver is good for. Let me get this propaganda flowing. You know what I'm saying? Let me get this propaganda flowing with the mainstream media and all of this stuff and all these circus acts around the league. Everything is it's like a circus. You know what I'm saying? They're creating stuff. You know what I'm saying? In-season championships, the bubble. Come on, man. This is the NBA, bro. We don't need that. To try to promote the game, I don't know what audience you're trying to promote it to, but I guess they're really trying to effeminate, you know what I'm saying? They're really trying to emasculate all of the strong males that are in the NBA by throwing a lot of money at them and then telling them to go out and just become an actor on all levels. You know what I'm saying? You know what's so funny? James Harden finally decided to start playing some defense again because when he first came to the league, when you first get to the league, everybody is a defender because that's the only way that you can get on the court is if you defend and if you know how to run a system and fall back to all of the players that they're currently marketing right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Then when you become chosen, because all of these players are chosen, once they start choosing these certain players, then you start seeing them changing up their whole game. See, Giannis, he was different when he first came into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? He looked like, okay, this dude got a little bit of skill. He got his jump shot is cool. He high octane energy. They took Giannis and said, we can turn him into something. So they changed his whole game. And now all he is a traveling carrying, no free throw shooting, no skill having bulldozer. That's all Giannis does. Everything hard to the rack, Euro step. He can carry the ball. He can get away with traveling. He can get away with pushing in the back. They're not going to call foul on the star players. They're not going to foul these star players out of the game. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you haven't sold out completely all the way. Too smart, I see you. T. Crystal, I see you. Make sure y'all go follow T. Price, man. Over here podcast. Kansas Jayhawks. They escaped with a W the other day. Good win, good win. We got to understand this shit, y'all. What's good, my guy? All of this shit, bro, we have to pay attention to. Real talk. Just dissect it, bro. And it's crazy because this is what we're moving towards in the future, but somebody's going to have to be able to break the ice. Who's going to be that guy that's going to be able to break the ice? Who's going to be that guy? Who's going to be the, you know what I'm saying, the group of players to say, you know what, this is not how this shit is supposed to go. This is not how the game is supposed to go. Which referee is going to come out and be like, I'm not selling the game tonight. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bet and fuck these games up based off of my financial gain. I'm not doing that. I don't care if I don't work in the NBA Finals and I'm not chosen. I don't care about none of that. It's about integrity. It's about integrity, and a lot of these guys across the league, affiliated with the league, even from the media perspective, they don't have any integrity. They're not always going to do what's right. And I'm not saying that we're perfect, but you know right from wrong. You know that if you put that story out there, you know what I'm saying, to try to get clicks and views and to try to create a narrative, you know what I'm saying, to enhance your pockets, because your bosses are going to come to you and be like, you know what, that was a good story, that's a good take, I need more of that, because then we can get people talking. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way this shit's supposed to work. You have to stand on something real, and you can't call yourself a godly person, but you doing all this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's difficult sometimes. Because I still want to, create a certain livelihood for myself and my family, but at the expense of what? At the expense of what? What do I have to do in order to create a comfortable living, you know what I'm saying, situation for myself and my family? If I want to get all the women, if I want to drive all the cars, if I want to be talked about in a positive light in the media, what does that entail? What does it look like? You're seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said with the James Harden, anybody in the NBA can play defense. Everybody is taught what it looks like to play defense. You know what I'm saying? So how can you all of a sudden start the league off, start your career off as a defender, and then when you become this good offensive player, you forget how to play defense and you're on every blooper, every Shaq to the fool, you know what I'm saying? And you're ridiculed and criticized for the lack of effort that you gave on defense, but then later on in your like 20th season, 15th, 16th year, you figure out that, oh, I can play defense and I'm going to play defense. That to me makes no sense. That is not sports. That's not basketball. These guys pick and choose when they want to play defense, when they want to be great. You know what I'm saying? Because the cameras are always rolling. So if you got cameras always rolling, guess what? I got to sell this. I got to sell this now. You know what I'm saying? I got to make myself look good so we can bring more viewership. Once you get more viewership, more TV deals, that means more money in my pocket because I'm making something look like something that is really not. See, when you watch these players warm up, these players miss a lot of shots in warm-ups. But then when they get into the game, the same shots that they miss in warm-ups, wide open shots, they make those shots contested time and time again. So I'm trying to figure out, if you can't make a shot in warm-ups, but all of a sudden you can make these shots consistently in a game under duress, I'm like, how does that work? Because now I'm starting to think that, man, these motherfuckers ain't human at all. There's a lot of technology that goes into, into the production of, greetings, my brother, Conquer. There's a lot of production that goes into what we see in sports, bro. When we be like, oh man, how did this happen? How did that happen? Bro, it's produced. Sports is produced. There's cameras, a million cameras rolling. You have certain entities sitting courtside or somewhere in the crowd where you'll be like, who is this character? You don't even know that that character is the one who's controlling the outcome of this game. And if you want to still be around, If you still want to be, you know what I'm saying, talked about in a positive light, it's in your best interest to make certain decisions on that basketball court that's conducive to that production. Let's just call it what it is. Some of you might be lost. I know a lot of you might be lost, but just pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because I be trying to give motherfuckers real game. Referees control and dictate, you know what I'm saying, every game on a night in and night out basis. So I was watching the Milwaukee Bucks and Houston Rockets, right? So I've noticed that Ime Udoka is such good of a coach. He's such a good coach that the NBA says, you know what? I can't have you coaching like this because you're going to expose the Monty Williams and the Greg Popovich and the Steve Kerr. See, when you're this good of a coach, then they're going to start blackballing you and labeling you certain things. You see what happened in Boston. They had to get him out of there. You know what I'm saying? They had to get him out of there because I don't think Ime Udoka fully sold out to the game. He's just that good of a coach, and he came from the Greg Popovich era that you have to give this guy a job. Look what he's doing with this Rockets team, and the Rockets should have way more wins, but in my opinion, the Rockets have been cheated this year a lot. In that game against Houston against Milwaukee, I watched the whole game. Man, it was crazy how the referees was doing Houston. The referee, and shout out to Greenleaf Exclusive. Make sure you go follow his channel. Like, share, subscribe, and donate to his channel if you can. You know what I'm saying? Out of the H-Town, you know what it is. And all his subscribers and fan base, salute to all of them. But when I was watching here and salute, when I was watching that game, bro, I was like, do you see this? Man, Giannis was carrying and traveling in offensive fouls. And he was just getting every call, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, well, damn. But then Ime Udoka started putting that defense on that he put on 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When he was in Boston, when Giannis shot a terrible percentage from the field and he couldn't do nothing. And they start making him look bad. So then that's when Dame Lillard started coming out. Chris Middleton all of a sudden had a game. Chris Middleton ain't did nothing all year. He been injured. That knee has been hampering Chris Middleton. He's been load managing too. And the only way Giannis can look good is on the backs of his role players, his other players around him. Giannis don't really have no real NBA hoop game, bro. He just going off of playing with high energy, you know what I'm saying? And using his length and his size and his quickness to get to the rack. But a lot of times he be traveling, he be offensive fouling. He carries the ball a lot, which they don't call. That's a discontinued dribble, a form of carrying. You know what I'm saying? So we really got to break this down. Break it down. Watch these games and pay attention to how some certain players play. Jordan Poole looked like he don't even understand how to be good anymore. And everybody will say, Jordan Poole this, Jordan Poole that. No, that's not true. Jordan Poole helped the Warriors win a championship a couple years ago. And if you've seen the other night where Jordan Poole dropped that 30 bomb on 12 and 18 shooting from the field, 3 or 4 from the 3, on efficient shooting, low turnover, high assists, that's how you know that these players be active. Now all of a sudden, every highlight reel for Jordan Poole is some sort of goofy ass slipping on the court, doing some stupid ass move, getting swatted or throwing the ball out of bounds. They did the same thing with James Harden. See, when you're chosen, bro, this is what you have to do. You have to sell out to the game, bro. If you want to be that guy, you have to sell out to the game. Because look what motherfucking Andrew Wiggins have done the last couple of games. Andrew Wiggins looked like he forgot how to play basketball. Klay Thompson too. So they were just dragging all of them. We was dragging them in the media, bro. We was dragging them. Now all of a sudden they can't miss. And they making every shot. It's like, nigga, how you go from that to this? And you've been doing this, nigga, your whole career, bro. Like, you see how that shit be fake, bro? That's why I don't be believing in some of these players, bro. The league is a straight production. Mr. Perfect, I see you. What's good with you? But God, what's good with you? Salute to you brothers, man. The league is a straight shit show, bro. Real talk. Ime Udoka is that good. If Ime Udoka was on the Detroit Pistons, if Ime Udoka was on the San Antonio Spurs, if Ime Udoka was on the Utah Jazz, I can assure you that those teams would not be in the situation that they're in now. See, they don't like Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka, have you guys ever seen a coach in the NBA history who's been ejected more times than Ime Udoka? I'm going to tell you why. Ime Udoka is the guy that's going to help turn the league around, and let me tell you why. Ime Udoka's coaching style, the way he holds his players accountable. Jalen Green, he's way more under control this year. He's playing a little bit more defense because Ime Udoka's holding him to a higher standard. You feel me? On what real basketball should look like. Look at what Dylan Brooks is doing. In my opinion, he should make an all-star team. Dylan Brooks has been that good. But we come out and clown these guys, but then when you put them in a different system, then you understand, like, man, oh, he's really not that bad. They were sabotaging this guy's career, making him look like something that he's really not. And that can go, you know what I'm saying, on the bad end or the good end, making somebody look like somebody that they're really not. You can make a garbage player look better than what he is, and you can make a good player look a little bit more bad than what he actually is. That's just how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? That's how this works. And it's always a European player. So if these players are really that good, why they're not dominating the league and winning championship after championship? So do you see how that works? Jimmy Butler is that good. But is he considered one of the best players in the NBA? No. It's only a handful of players that are two-way players in the league. You know what I'm saying? There's only a handful of players that are two-way players in the league. And I'm talking about that really takes pride on playing defense on both ends of the court. You know what I'm saying? They can't market Kawhi Leonard. You know why? Because of his personality, his swag. His involvement with the media. See, you have to really sell out to the media in order to be marketed, you know what I'm saying, in that light. Jaylen Brown, another two-way player. But they'll constantly sit there and trash Jaylen Brown all day, every day. You feel me? They'll trash Jaylen Brown all day, every day. And they'll try to make Jaylen Brown look like somebody he's not. And that's what we have in the NBA today. It's just straight up manufactured, bro. It's a production. It's one big ass circus. From game to game. Teams just not even showing up to play. Not even showing up to play. How do you have your team 3 or 4 in anything when you got a healthy team and you got a full roster with the lottery picks that you chosen, and you can't win one game? That doesn't even make any sense. But you can win more games last year before you got these franchise-changing lottery picks. But all of a sudden you can't win. It's just like, that just to me goes to show you that, you know what? These teams and coaches are sabotaging their organizations, so they can allow other teams to look good. See, it wouldn't be good for the NBA if Minnesota was a little bit more trash and San Antonio was a little bit more good. You know what I'm saying? They have to be able to sell the good teams to everybody. Minnesota just came out the woodworks all of a sudden. Where was this at last year? They had the same team. Why they didn't play like that last year? So all of a sudden Minnesota is really this good? We see what the Clippers can do. We see what the Clippers can do. You want to talk about injuries and all of this stuff, bro? Kawhi Leonard would be injured. Kawhi Leonard would beat Brandon Roy at Portland's game last night being honored if he had fucking degenerative knees, whatever they call it. Come on, man. Degenerative this, degenerative that. That sounds like some AI shit if you ask me. Nigga, Brandon Roy was just a real one. You know what I'm saying? He probably has some knee issues, but with all the sports medicine and technology that's out right now, I'm pretty sure that they could have at least enhanced Brandon Roy's career a little bit more. Let's just keep it 100. But he was too real for them motherfuckers, bro. That's all it was. That's all it was. All the real players' careers came to an end abruptly. Think about it. They try to do the same thing with Iverson. Look what they did with Monte Ellis, who was honored at the Warriors game the other night. When you a real one, bro, and you don't fit into the broad scope of what the NBA was trying to promote and market, this is what you get. You get a league that just looked like a shit show. And they're still holding on to a motherfucker who's 55 years old. They're still trying to hold on to this guy to help promote and market and brand the NBA. When this guy doesn't play no defense, he's not winning no championships. They gave him an in-season tournament. So it's just like, dude, really? Tell me how Memphis is this bad. Tell me how Memphis is this bad with 2 defensive player of the years on your team. Veterans on that team who've been in the organization. Taylor Jenkins, who started off as a good coach. Tell me, an emerging great player in Desmond Bain. All-star Jaren Jackson Jr. Explain to me why this team is that bad. Memphis is not that bad. They have a solid team, bro. It's no reason they should be out there just losing games in the way that they're losing games. Because guess what? With this same team, last year, nigga, they was a top 3 team in the Western Conference. With the same team, same coaching staff. So all of a sudden, from one year to the next, just because Ja got suspended, now all of a sudden you forgot y'all not a good team no more? Remember that the Grizzlies, over the course of his last 5 years, had a winning record when Ja Morant didn't play. So now all of a sudden y'all just forgot how to play. Don't make no sense. NBA, y'all got to do a better job of disguising the game. The sports betting is not helping anything. They have to do a way better job of disguising this game. Salute, Mojo, I see you. The NBA got to do a better job, but it's hard to do that because everything that's done in the dark shall come to the light. Look what happened with the P. Diddy. Look what happened with the TD Jakes. Look what happened with all these people. Look what the other guy said, something key said about Tyler Perry the other day. Look what's happening around us, y'all. Exposure. Everything is being exposed because guess what? You can't keep it in the dark. See, that's what I'm saying. See, when you try to do shit secretly, you know what I'm saying? When you try to change shit from its original form, you're always going to be exposed. You're always going to be exposed. And the NBA is really just exposing itself. They're just a media, agenda-driven entity. That's what people need to realize about what the NBA is. It's a media, agenda-driven entity. That's it. That's it. When you get real teams and real players competing at a high level, not trying to give up an inch, that's what you call competition. And if you happen to just come out on the end of that and drop hella points under duress you know what I'm saying, and the coldest defense that's ever played, then we can label you as one of the best players. But if you're just shooting and doing whatever you want to and getting to a spot because of the teams are allowing you to play with space, then I can't really judge you, you know what I'm saying, on how good you really are. I just can't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. But the NBA is dying slowly. We're watching it. The NBA is dying slowly. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. They don't know when to do stuff. The in-season tournament was a failure, in my opinion. Trash. The teams that's the best teams in the NBA didn't even make it to the damn tournament. They didn't even make it to the semifinals and the championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? Because it's always set up for certain people to win. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. How can you say that we need to make trades when you on a 5-6 game winning streak and everything is golden and you won an in-season tournament, but then from a game out, every time you lose, it's like, oh man, we need this player. Oh, we need that player. So the Lakers are looking to trade their whole damn team to try to build and enhance their super team that they already got. You see what I'm saying? So when is enough for LeBron? Or how many players does he need to play with? How many top 75, 100 players does he need to play with? If you are supposedly better than Michael Jordan and Kobe, you can lead an okay team. You can lead them to certain places. If you're supposed to be that great, you should be able to lead those guys, not the other way around. See, because at the end of the day, Giannis and LeBron, they don't close games for their teams. But that's all the media talks about is Giannis and LeBron. Watch when these players start retiring when they get older in the next 10 years. Watch the players who play with them, watch the whistleblowers start coming out and be like, yeah, you know what? I was the closer for the team. They really wasn't all that good. They was just the face. They wasn't going to talk about, you know what I'm saying, what I brought and what I did for this book club. You know what I'm saying? Without me, he wouldn't have been able to be who he is. Let's just think about it. A lot of these players are so-called great players, but they're not even the closer for their own teams. They're not the player that you can say, go get a ball to and go generate a bucket. Whether that's creating for myself or whatever, I need to make the play. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta start with me, and it's also gotta end with me. You know what I'm saying? Hit them thumbs up, get them likes up. And that's just keeping it 100. That's just keeping it 100. So I don't really believe that Adam Silver is doing a really good job on the direction and the trajectory of the league right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in it, bro. I don't. It's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. And that's just what it is. So let's read some of these comments, bro. Effeminate, man. Yeah. Effeminate, you right. Effeminate, that's what it is. Salute, salute, salute. Greed plays the quality of the game, bro. Salute. Minnesota had injuries last year. Okay. Everybody be having injuries, though. You plug and play. For the most part, they had some of their guys on the court, though. But I give you that to their credit. Ben, what's good with your main BP? I see you. The same Warriors team just removed from a title. All they was missing from the Warriors, all they missing from this Warrior team is Otto Porter and Nemanja Bjelica, who went overseas and retired. So you mean to tell me that Nemanja Bjelica, who didn't play that much, and Otto Porter, who was good for us, were the difference makers in our championship? That's called manufacture. You're not going to get me, bro. And I'm a Warrior fan, but I'm not finna cap, bro. That doesn't make any sense how Wiggins, first time making an all-star team as a starter, which I didn't agree with, but maybe he deserved to be a reserve. You just fell off the face of the earth and you forgot how to play basketball? I'm not believing that. Klay Thompson don't know how to play basketball anymore? I'm not believing that. Draymond Green has really turned into an MMA, martial arts, WWE character. What is going on? See, the Warriors can't be good, because if the Warriors are good and Steph Curry wins another championship, then the whole LeBron narrative, and then even Kobe Bryant, see, if he gets 5 rings, you have to start talking about Steph as one of the greatest players in NBA history. But they're not ready to give him that title. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that to Steph. Because Steph still is a little bit real. Steph still stands on business. He's still, you know what I'm saying, is sold out to the game. But Steph, they're not ready to do that. Why you think he don't get no calls? Steph don't get he don't get superstar calls. If they call it a superstar call, Steph gets none of them. And I'm just going to keep it 100 on that front. Claim they couldn't defend without fouling. Well, how did they win the title? That's a great point, Mr. Perfect. Real talk, my guy. Memphis started getting sabotaged when they dissed LeBron and Shannon Sharp. I noticed that. Once you had Desmond Bain and all of them and Dylan Brooks going and challenging LeBron, they didn't like that. They want you to be buddy-buddy with LeBron because it's bad for the NBA. See, around the NBA now, they took the competition out and everybody loves each other. There's so much handshaking and hugging. After a game when motherfuckers would lose, they would walk right by each other. It wasn't all of that lovey-dovey shit, smiling and creating certain handshakes. No, nigga, are you mad that you lost the game? It's hard for me to shake niggas' hand when I lose, bro. It just is. That shit eats at me, bro, because the competition means a little bit more. Winning means a little bit more to me. BP, thoughts on the Lakers playing all bum teams in the in-season tournament and LeBron getting Finals MVP over AD? Yes. You said it. They played all bum teams that are losing on purpose. And then it's a reason why you didn't see the Knicks, why you didn't see Milwaukee, why you didn't see Miami Heat, why you didn't see all of the good teams in the Eastern Conference. They took a team that don't play no defense and put them in the finals to try to promote them because of Rick Carlisle. That's all it is. Remember, Rick Carlisle is indebted. Him and LeBron have history. Rick Carlisle was the championship coach that beat LeBron with Dirk Nowitzki in that finals when they were in his first year in Miami. So yeah, Rick Carlisle said, you know what, LeBron, I owe you one. I give you this one. That's all they do, bro. These guys are indebted to each other. So they allow each other to win based off of their history with each other in the league. Greg Popovich. LeBron said, okay, I'm going to give you one, LeBron. And then what LeBron do? LeBron came back the very next night and said, okay, Greg Popovich, I'm going to give you one. You can get the winning streak. You can kill the winning streak. And then what happened yesterday with the Spurs in New Orleans? You just beat a Lakers team that smashed New Orleans, right? You broke your winning streak, right? And all of a sudden, you forgot how to play basketball. You just beat a Lakers team that had won the previous, 8 out of 10 games. So all of a sudden now, you think that you're moving in a different direction, but you get smashed by the team that the Lakers smashed at home on 1 day's arrest? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. The NBA is a shit show, bro. Memphis ain't trying to win. None of these teams are trying to win. Look at this. None of these teams are trying to win. That's all I'm saying. Watch the games. It's a bad brand of basketball, and it's even a worse brand of coaching. Coaching is obsolete. Coaching is obsolete. They don't want Emil Dokin and Houston Rockets to be good because guess what? If you allow the game to really be played out the way it's supposed to be played out, without all the, you know what I'm saying, fake ass calls, then without the refs intervening, without allowing players to flop and get away with certain things that they shouldn't be able to get away with. If you allow them games to play out, bro, the NBA would have way much more parity. You know what I'm saying? The NBA will have way much more parity. And that's just what it is. Yeah. Overrated media hype, bro. That's who created him. Way back when. Way back when. That's just the way this shit go. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because the real people, we know the real from the fake. We know how to dissect this shit. You know what I'm saying? We know how to dissect it. That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're all dissecting it. You notice it hasn't been no stability in the Western Conference since the La Tantrum game. Yes. Facts. Facts. The Lakers really should be terrible right now, but the way the NBA manufactures and produces these games, you're not going to be able to sell LeBron as the best in the league if you don't allow him to look better than everybody. If you don't put soft coverages and defenses on him to let him play in space and let him do what he wants to do. See, when teams really play hard on LeBron James and really buckle down and play defense, it makes him look like a mediocre player, and that's not good for the NBA. Because the NBA is still trying to convince everybody that he's the greatest player to ever play by allowing all of these records to be created and broken. You need to understand that part. Yes. Yes. The way the guy complains, yelling at the top of his lungs for a call, you know what I'm saying? His demonstrative demeanor and acts while trying to lobby for a call, that right there is one of a crybaby, bruh. A crybaby. An only child who don't like sharing and don't like, you know what I'm saying, letting people play with his toys. So I'm going to throw a fit. If I can't get what I want, I'm going to throw a fit until I get what I want. That's like a big baby on the court, but then you're supposed to say and come out and tell people, oh, I wouldn't use that word loosely. Oh, I wouldn't do this. Oh, I'm a motherfucking dog. Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bruh? I don't want to hear it, dude. You're phony. You're fake. And that's easy to see. And that's just what it is. So, we're going to watch these games later on, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to still watch it because that's what brings us together. You feel me? At the end of the day. You can try to find some good in something. You know what I'm saying? Because we can teach our children a different way. If we teach our children how to compete right now on both ends of the court and how to play defense, I don't care about offense. That's easy. There's a million people across your across your social media platforms that's trying to teach people how to play offense. I don't see nobody teaching them how to do nothing else but on how to make all these different moves and to play offense. We don't need to grow the game offensively any more than what it's already grown to. We need to grow the game on a defensive perspective. Talking, rotating, challenging shots, whether you get dunked on or not. Learning how to hard hedge on a high pick and roll. Learning how to trap on a high pick and roll. Simple. 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 I'm not going to allow you to play with space. But, you know, referee going to make a call. As soon as you try to take something away from one of the great players in the NBA, referee going to make a call and blow a whistle. And they're going to look up at the clock, how they always do. They look up at the clock, look up at the score, and be like, okay, in the next couple of possessions, we got to slow this game down. So then they're going to start calling hella calls. And then it's going to become a motherfucking shit show. It's going to, all you're going to see is just free throws galore. That's it. Everywhere. So we got to really understand and put this in a proper perspective. But, you know, get them likes up if you haven't done so already. You know, salute to the Warriors. They finally figured out how to play well. Do you notice that when Steph Curry is not jacking up shots, the Warriors play better? Have y'all noticed that? When Steph Curry is just really being a point guard and playing defense, and he's not trying to go out there and get 30 and 40 intentionally, do you notice that the Warriors play a little bit different? Do you notice that when the media and everybody and all the fan base and the local radio stations start attacking Steve Kerr's brand of coaching and his way of coaching, and he start playing the young guys, the things that opens up for the Warriors collectively as a team? Have y'all noticed that, or am I tripping? I'm just saying. Makes no sense why you're this bad. Makes no sense why you can't win no games. Play your damn team. Play your team. Why did you draft the players to sit them on the bench? What good is that going to do any of them? They're in the league because they're that good to be in the league. Now let them go showcase their skill set. Play your damn team. Period. So all of a sudden Steve Kerr know how to coach? Fuck no, he don't. Still terrible on his rotations. Still don't make adjustments. Come on, man. Still don't hold his players accountable. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? You can talk all that basketball talk if you want off camera and all of that. But when it comes to when them cameras rolling, that's all I can judge you off of. You know what I'm saying? I see something that I don't really care for. So I'm going off of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. But all these other teams that's supposed to be good, they can't be good because they're going to figure out a way to get the Lakers to the finals. Or at least they're trying. They're trying everything they can to get this Laker team to the finals. They said last year that Rui Hachimura was the key piece. He was the missing piece. Now, Rui Hachimura don't even get in the game that much. And they're looking to try to package him up. So that's how I know that the NBA be full of shit. And these owners and these GMs, it's a lot of guys that really don't know basketball that's associated with the front office in a lot of these organizations, to be honest with you. They don't. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got. You feel me? We can end it like that. Salute to everybody that came in showing love like y'all always do, man. My day ones, I appreciate y'all. And you know what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Love, live life, smile, cry, and laugh, bro. And love on your people, man. You feel me? I'm gonna tap back in later on. Don't even trip. Salute to y'all, man. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Real talk. NBA! NBA! Y'all